Our economy's received a damning report from the international organisation that works to build better policies for prosperity and well-being. The OECD, or Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development, has 38 member countries. They include the US, the UK, France, Germany, Japan and Australia, and along with key partners represents about 80% of world trade and investment. Its research handed to our government today shows New Zealand is at risk if there's a financial shock. Our productivity is slowing rapidly compared to other countries, and the country needs more competition to boost our economy and lower prices to consumers. It recommends a review of the emissions trading scheme and says changes are needed to our insurance market as it struggles to cope with climate change-related disasters. So the challenge has been put to the government. Business correspondent Katie Bradford takes a look at how it'll respond.
Whether it's filling up your car or the shopping trolley, paying your bank or paying for building materials, the Commerce Commission says there's not enough competition. The OECD reckons it doesn't stop there.
Dairy, retail electricity, ports, airports and airlines in that, and also retail financial services. As you can see here, for example, in retail banking, you can see how high banks' profits are in New Zealand compared to those in other countries.
Further market studies will undoubtedly follow, and this report today provides a marker of some of the sectors we could consider.
Some of those markets may need to be broken up, according to the OECD, with a lack of competition hurting productivity. Today's report reinforces the picture of a deterioration in New Zealand's financial position and is particularly critical of the level of spending by the previous government.
The last government was unable to control its spending and stick to the allowances it set itself.
If you look at where the huge increases in spending were, it was to respond to COVID-19 and it was to respond to things like natural disasters.
But while that criticism plays into National's hands, it's not all praise for the Coalition's approach. The OECD is now the latest in a long line of agencies and experts warning it shouldn't be borrowing for tax cuts in this month's budget. The government's slashing the public sector to help pay for them, but it'll also be borrowing to pay for health, education and other services.
We promised New Zealanders cost of living tax relief and we will deliver it.
Borrowing for tax cuts is likely to add inflationary pressure. It's ultimately going to mean the government will end up in deficit for longer.